The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of PLAAY Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back, everybody, to another day in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. Today's matchup will feature the 2022-23 Nashville Predators. And just a couple notes here before we get things started. Montreal has Ken Dryden in net. Normally, it would be him resting, but since Michel Larocque is still injured at the moment, he will sit out for this series. So I will have Ken Dryden be the full goalie here for the first two games of the series, and then hopefully by game three, Michel Larocque should be ready to go by game three. So in anywho, I decided, or actually the coach decided, Michel could use extra little bit of break here to rest. So he should be available for game three. So Ken Dryden, I'm disregarding my rules about goalie fatigue for goalie injuries. But moving forward, in case that ever happens again, I would just simply ignore the fatigue limits for goalies if one goalie does get injured, and that and all, because the 1976-77 Habs had carded two goalies for their team. Ken Dryden is one, and Michel Larocque is the other goalie. So anyway, Michel Larocque will be available sometime for game three coming up in this time frame matchup. The starting goaltender for Nashville is going to be none other than UC Saros, and the shot save is going to be a little bit problematic. So he's going to have to reach deep down for a play save or a spec save on the scoring chances for the home team. So with that being said, it's a new day, a new matchup. Let's get to it. Start the clock. We're going to begin with a quality check, this time between players 5 and 4. That's Nairop and Roman Yossi for hit. It looks like Bill Nairop has hit, and he's going to be moving in on Saros, who he will shoot. And Saros makes the save. So right off the bat, UC is tested a little bit early here in this time frame, here in game one of this time frame. And we move on to the next segment. We got a penalty check, this time between players 4 and 1. That's Serge Savard and Philip Forsberg. It looks like both guys had the same penalty rating of 0.5, so no penalty call. So the refs decides to say, hey, play on, but if I catch you doing that again, one of you is going to the sin bin. Visitor scoring chance. We have a 54. Home player in 4 stops goal with a quality roll of power or a square. That's Guy Lapointe. He does have power and he does have square. So Guy Lapointe will stop the Nashville goal from scoring into the back of the net behind Ken Dryden. We got another penalty check between anybody on the Habs to anybody on the Predators. Well, they could go for the power play, but as Tomas Novak has a penalty rating of 0, or we can go for the tie. We'll have the decider say, we tie. All right, we'll tie. So it'll be 2, it's Duchesne. Either way, you're going to tie anyway. Um, I think we'll go with. I do want to keep one triangle out there here for the very least. I think I'm going to regret doing this, but Larry Robinson. So Larry Robinson will be matched up with Matt Duchene for the penalty check. And of course, we tied with both guys at a penalty rating of 0.5. The Reds decide to say, hey, play on. And unfortunately for them, it's going to be the end of the first period with the score deadlocked at a big fat goose egg. We start the second period with a home scoring chance of a 33. Home player in one creates a goal with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Home player in one, it reads 33. Yes, home player in one, that's Maury Wilson. He does not have hit and he does not have a triangle. So therefore, no action took place in this segment here as the game remains tied at a big fat goose egg. We continue on with a visitor scoring chance this time with a 22. Home goalie must make shot saves. So Ken Dryden needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the save. He can't and he will score. And someone on the Nashville Predators has scored the goal. Let's see who scored it. It's a 10, second best shot rating. So the best shot rating they got out on the ice is Tomas Novak. The second best shot rating is a tie between Trinan and Mark Jankowski. I do want to keep that circle out there, so we'll go with Mark Jankowski, who scored the icebreaker goal for the Nashville Predators. And we'll have 2 assists be delivered on the play. We'll go with Novak and Tyson Barrie. So Mark Jankowski scores the goal from Thomas Novak and Tyson Barrie as your Bitty Beer goal stat line. We stay in the 10-minute segment with a quality check this time for skill between anybody on the Habs against 5 with skill, power, and smart. That's Ryan McDonough. Well, either way, it's gonna do. Either way, it's gonna tie. So, no matter which one I pick, so we're gonna go with the player in number 5. That's Bill Nyrop. As both guys have the same quality with skill, and we see nothing happening in the second portion of this segment here. We move on. Oh, we got triple twos. This is a critical face-off. Each team will check each team's best face-off rating. The team with the better face-off rating will win the critical face-off and get an immediate six-star shot against the opposing goalie's spec save rating. If there's a tie for the best face-off rating, the home team wins. So it looks like we have Jacques Lemar with a 55 face-off rating to Colton Sisson's 54. It looks like Jacques Lemar will win that one. So Lemar will move in on UC Soros, who needs to make a 5 to make 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to make the spec save. And he will! UC Soros stands on his head and does a spinneroonie to kick that puck out of the air. And prevent him from going into the back of the net. What a shot from Jacques Lemar, but what a save by UC Soros to keep this game right where it's at 1-0 Nashville. We got a quality check this time between anybody on the ice for the Montreal Habs, for the Canadiens, and it's going to be against Dante Fabro, with speed or smart. We're looking for the quality for smart. Either way, you're going to tie. So we're going to go with the same thing in the in the player in the 5th position. That's Larry Robinson. Both guys have smart. And we will end the second period right there, but not before not before the Preds do get on the board. It is 1-0 in favor of the 22-23 Nashville Predators. Home scoring chance, and we got a 12. Home goalie must make play save, otherwise it will be a goal. So Ken Dryden, oh man, he let through one goal. Let's see if he can stop this one with a play save of 4 or a 5 with a dot. As someone on the Preds will shoot, and Ken Dryden makes the save. So nobody flips since nobody was called. So the goalie stays the same, and we move on. Home scoring chance of a 53. Visitor defense player in 4. That's Serge Savard. He stops goal with a quality roll of star or a square. Yes, he is both a square and the quality rating of stars. So that is going to be it for that segment, as Serge Savard stops the Nashville goal. He blocks the Nashville shot from getting to the net, and we move on. Oh my goodness, a visitor scoring chance. This time it's a 14. Home goalie must make play saves. So either way, it's up to Ken Dryden to keep this at a 1-0 game. Will he do so? Of course he will. He saves it with a 2. He needs a 4 or a 5 with a dot. A 5 with a decider die dot. He got a 2, and we move on to the next segment. We got a 5-3-1. That is a quality check between players 3. That's Doug Jarvis, and player 1 for Nashville. That's Jakub Treinen for hit. It looks like Treinen does have hit, so he is going to be skating on in front of Ken Dryden as he will try to shoot the puck into the back of the net, which he does. He shoots, and Ken Dryden makes the stop. Holy! Oh my goodness. So now, since the game is within a 1-goal game, we go to the empty net mini chart, which we got a 2. Oh my goodness. Leading goalie must make spec saves. So that is UC Saros. So he needs to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to make the stop. Otherwise, we're going to overtime. UC Saros does make the stop. Stop the clock. Oh my goodness. So the Nashville Predators hang on to win game 1 of this time frame by a final score of 1-0, courtesy of the goal by Mark Jankowski was all enough, and UC Saros, man, I do believe he's going to start game 2 for the Nashville Predators. We'll see what happens when we get to the Forum in Montreal. But for right now, your final score here for game 1, the 22-23 Nashville Predators 1 and the 1976-77 Habs 0. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game 1 summary presented by Biddy Beer, your favorite Biddy Beer products. And stay tuned for game 2 coming up right after this.